pyramids again. What's going on? All you've got to do is look back in the UK and you can see almost all the houses have pyramid signs on them. Just look up at the roofs. And how is it that all these major companies seem to have pyramid signs like NatWest, except they cut the corners off to try and confuse you? Or Mitsubishi, which is a diamond and a diamond and a diamond, and you join them three together and you've got another pyramid sign. Do these corporations know something that we don't? I think they probably do. There's some power from this sign and they know about it. As you can probably gather, I'm in Egypt. It's quite hot here. Guess what? No water ban, no hosepipe ban. Use as much water as you want. Are we doing something wrong in the UK? It would seem so. It would seem so. Here's what all the bankers are doing because they know what's coming. Resignation. Well, we're in a graveyard, as you can see, and it's quite apt really because the system is about to die. Where else to bury it but in a graveyard? Anyone that doesn't see the system falling down must have blinkers on. All the bankers resigning, all the management resigning, politicians resigning, they're resigning all over the place. The Rothschilds vanishing, the Rockefellers vanishing from their houses. They're all down in some deep bunker somewhere thinking the end of the world's coming. Well, I'm afraid it's not. Well, to be fair, it is for them, but only them. For us, it's the golden age we're coming up on. Enjoy.
Fishing, mate. Sorry, no fishing here.
Why not? Why can't I fish?
Need a licence.
I don't remember signing any contract that said I would need to apply for a licence.
Got to have a licence, mate. Cost you 50 quid.
Yeah, well, we'd like to see you try and enforce that.
Debit card or credit card to Nottingham City Council, thank you. No
thanks, I think I'll give that one a miss this time. The fish were put here for us. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Look at all this water. It's all free as well, you know. It comes from the seas and the rivers, goes up into the clouds, comes back down, goes through the rocks, gets purified, and we can drink it if we want to. But then, Mrs. Thatcher decided to sell all our resources off to her private buddies. And so, she committed treason. The water companies made over £2 billion profit last year, of which 1.5 billion of it went to its shareholders. For what? How much did they pay the clouds? Nothing. If you're still paying your water bill, stop. I'll tell you exactly how to do it. You get your water bill at the bottom, bank giro credit slip. Notice it's a credit slip, not a debit slip. It is credit. What you do, you accept it for value. You write across it at a 45-degree angle in red ink, accepted for value. Exempt from levy. Exemption ID number, that's your national insurance number. Then you sign it and date it. Put the amount, add £10 on because it could need some extra administration. Put that amount in the box, turn it over, endorse the back. What I do is I also print off my own promissory note for the same amount and send that to them as well. We've discovered that any company with more than £2 million worth of assets can cash promissory notes. As Lord Denning said, any promissory note should be treated as cash. You may not know that I also send a covering letter to explain the whole process, and in that I say, if you don't accept this method of payment, please simply return the bank giro credit slip and the promissory note. And I've never had one back. And the reason for that When they get the bank giro credit slips, they rip them off and chuck them together, they bundle them up and send them to a clearinghouse in Europe, and they get paid for the bill. Then, if you've sent a cheque, they cash the cheque as well, so they get paid twice. This is why I enclose a promissory note, so they're still getting paid twice. And like I say to them, if you don't accept it, return them. I've never had one returned. I'll tell you why in a later video. So I will tell you why they never return any of the bank giro credit slips or promissory notes. The reason they won't return them is because the Bills of Exchange Act 1882, where it states once you've offered payment, if they reject payment, the bill is paid. That's why they won't return them. The BBC. Now, what happens if you don't pay your TV licence? Apparently somebody comes around banging on your door, they arrest you and take you to court and fine you £1,000 or whatever they seem fit. The only problem is for them to do that they need joinder. If you give no information away at the door, there's nothing you can do. Or do as I've done, send them a denial of access and have a denial of access up near your entrance, and they won't step foot on the property. In fact, they'll even send you a letter saying, thank you for contacting us, we're not going to be contacting you for 2 years and we're not going to be sending anyone to visit you. However, they may need to use alternate methods to find out if you're watching a TV. This may include TV licence detector vans. Well, a Freedom of Information request was sent into them, how many vans do they have? And the reply was, we can't answer that because it's the public's perceived threat of these vans. So they wouldn't even answer if they've got one van. So that tells you how effective this myth that they've been using about a detector van really is. The BBC, full of...
Good afternoon, sir. Are you Mr. CEYLON?
So what do we do?
I'm the bailiff, sir.
Good for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Are you what sort of bailiff are you?
I'm a court bailiff, sir.
So you work for the court?
Yes.
You're not a court appointed bailiff?
No, sir.
So you're a court bailiff? I just warn you, I'm recording this, and if you tell a lie, I will be issuing a Form 4 complaint at your certificating office and you'll get sacked.
I'd rather you didn't record, sir. It's against the law to record, please.
You're on my property, I can do what I like.
Well, you owe us £1,000. Would you like to pay now? How would you like to pay? Otherwise, we're going to come at your property and seize your goods.
Who do I owe £1,000?
You owe the county court £1,000, sir.
Which county court?
To collect it.
Which county court?
Nottingham County Court, sir.
Really?
Yes.
Can I see this documentation?
No, I'm sorry, you can't say it's with the court.
The court papers are with the court?
Yes, and
so
there's a copy of the
you've
council.
come here to enforce some sort of warrant which you don't have?
Yes, sir, I have a warrant of execution.
Okay, and is it signed?
No, sir.
Well, then it's not lawful.
But you still owe us £1,000. Can you just confirm
Well,
that,
if
please,
it's
sir?
not lawful, I don't owe you anything.
But we still need this £1,000 from you, sir. Can I just come in?
No, you won't be coming in here.
So can you just confirm your name then?
I'm obliged to do that.
No, you're not actually, sir. No, you're not.
Well, I'm not going to be doing it, am I?
But so are you going to pay the £1,000?
No. Did you notice a sign on the way in?
Yes, sir.
Did you read it?
Yes.
What did it say?
Implied rights of access to no one.
Right, so you're actually trespassing now.
Excuse me, sir?
Denial of access with a fee schedule. I'm going to be charging you £5,000 if you don't get your ass off my property right now.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
We all know that Tesco's been using slave labour. Well, Asda have as well. They've been colluding with the government to get people to work for them for free, and then but they've been grateful because they've been getting their dole money, entitlement. I'm calling it entitlement, not benefits, because it is an entitlement. An entitlement is yours, a benefit can be taken away. That's why they changed the word from entitlement to benefit.
Workforce. What is force? push you into something. Yeah. If you don't do it, you're going to get forced to do it.
Yeah. And they were told they would lose the benefits or entitlements if they didn't do it. So that is slave labour.
Our beautiful British government and ASDA, in it together? Never.
You've got the Halifax sign, and of course the X would be like you looking down on top of a pyramid. We've got Satan deer here, and of course we've also got the flame, the same flame that the Statue of Liberty holds, and the same flame that's above the tunnel where Princess Diana was murdered. Barclays, you remember that eagle? Anyone that's knows anything about World War II should, because it's the same eagle that was on the SS uniforms in World War II. Well, we've got the sign for the Royal Bank of Scotland, and what a surprise, you're looking down on top of a pyramid again. Well, now NatWest, and if you look at the NatWest sign, if you extend the points to where they've cut the points off the top of the pyramids and the side of the pyramid, you'll see it's another pyramid again. 3 pyramids in one. Been walking around Nottingham looking for the HSBC bank. They're all closed, like this one here. It just shows you the financial system's collapsing. I'm going to find a bank, an HSBC that is open, just to show you the
the noise of the tram and the pyramid.
As we can see, we've got the HSBC sign, again another pyramid, and it's set so that when the sun comes up it casts a shadow over that way, and when it goes down it casts a shadow and the other way. Again, pyramids again. Outside Nottingham Magistrates Court, where there's a canal just here, and fish swim in this canal, and what happens is they get caught. But of course they only get caught if the mouth's open, so perhaps that's something for you to think about in the future. Again, go on Dun & Bradstreet, check out Nottinghamshire Crown Court, Nottinghamshire Magistrates Court, and you'll find that they're all privately run for-profit corporations. Check it out.
What are you up to? Chucking stuff at us again, aren't you? Trying to get some cutaway shots. And look, we're having fun in a graveyard. Having fun in a graveyard. What have you got to say about that? Can't laugh at life, can't laugh at death.
We are laughing with the death. So maybe, what do you think about death?
It's great, we should all try it.
I think if we lose our mind and then regain a different conscience, we will be alive. So if we die, maybe that is the freedom.
But do we die?
That's another question.
I'm sure I've been here before, many times. But so, I'm not coming back again because I'm now going to go to the next level.
Next level.
I'm ready for it.
So you think we don't die? You remember that we don't die because you've been here again. So we just lose this biological vessel.
Yeah, this is just something we use to experience this reality.
Okay.
I mean, it's like I was with a friend of the day, and we were pointing up at a cloud. There's a little cloud, and we looked at it, and we imagined it not being there. And then within about 20 seconds, it disappeared. It vanished. It gone.
So you did that?
Yeah.
In your own mind?
Yeah.
Oh, we make everything happen. So now, if we don't die, there must be something about us which we carry along all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So could that be our heart, our feelings, and our
soul, the inner you, whatever? There's loads of different words for it, but it's all the part of you that is eternal.
So if we nurture that part with love rather than anger and rather than violent, that part will always relieve in a peace with everybody.
It comes back to the law of attraction. How many times have you been angry with somebody and everybody you meet's angry, arguing, nasty with you? And when you go out, you're really nice, and you always meet really nice people.
Like I met you!
Yeah, exactly!
I understand that concept. How can we make other people see this? Because it is important that people realize.
But the problem when the people first hear about the law of attraction, they go, "I'll win the lottery, that's it, I'll win." And of course, they're not ready to win the lottery. They know the lottery will probably ruin their lives.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've got to be at one with yourself and only want things that are really good for you. I mean, it's getting to the stage now where when you only have love in your heart, that you may win the lottery.
Okay.
Because you're ready for it, and you won't be going off for spending it on super fast sports cars or anything like that. You'll be doing it to help the rest of humanity.
So maybe the starting point for us to have that unconditional love in us is to get rid of our ego, our own self-righteousness.
Get rid of the ego, and the pineal gland will open up, and we'll start using all the abilities we used to use many thousands of years ago before they were taken away from us and hidden from us. But now it's all coming back. This is the big year.
And it will be all for good, and we will on again, not lose.
Yeah. Well, some fearmongers want you to think it's the end of the life, and it is an end to a degree. It's the end to the financial system, but the beginning of a beautiful new age.
So could I say it's the hand of the control which has been...
Another good way of putting it, yes, at the end of the control grid.
The control grid. Thank you very much, Doctor. I love you.
I love you too.
Excuse me, what does it say on your t-shirt? Ah, die. And sell. Yeah, death is business.
Powers that were are still doing their best to try and start World War III. They're trying it through Syria and Iran. They're going to do the best to try and start World War III. But you've just got to understand, they're just psychopaths, and we have the power. The government need kicking out because they're the ones that's trying to start it. Not all the government, just the ones in charge. I don't think they're going to actually get it, although they're going to get very close to getting World War III. But at the end, it's all over for them. They know it. This is their last, final attempt to destroy us all and take humanity down to 500 million so they can keep us all as slaves. This was going to be a wake-up message to the world, but it seems like everybody is waking up. Just walking down the streets, and people are awake. They see the tops I wear and they come up and say, yes, we know 9/11 was an inside job. We know 7/7 was done by our government. Everybody is waking up and it's great. A few years ago I could walk down the street and nobody would have a clue what was going on. Now it seems everybody is waking up. Well done. Not long to go till we get rid of this tyrannical system. Just going to ask a couple of questions to do with 9/11. How many buildings in New York collapsed? Most people say 2, the Twin Towers, which came down around about 10:30 in the morning their time, about 3 o'clock our time. In actual fact there were 3. World Trade Center 7, the Solomon Brothers building, also collapsed on 9/11, but no plane hit that building, and that actually appeared on the BBC only once on the day that it actually happened. It's a 47-storey building, or it was, and it collapsed in around 7 seconds. And Jane Stanley, the BBC reporter in New York, actually reported that the Solomon Brothers building had collapsed 20 minutes before it collapsed, and actually in the background you can see it still stood standing. So did she know it was going to collapse? It's a question. Well, we're by the river. No coincidence that we're here, because this is one of their end games, the powers that were, because the river of course leads to the sea, and they're filling out maritime law against us. And there's no coincidence that just over there is the council house right next to it, because they know what's going on. Maritime law is not the law of the land, it's the law of the sea. But that's what all these statutes and acts are all about, keeping us under maritime law. It's ridiculous, but it's the way it is at the moment. It's not going to be for much longer though, because their time is run, it's over. Nothing can stop an idea, and the idea that we've all got is to end this ridiculous system, and it is coming to an end very soon.